Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day to everyone. My name is Muhammad Iqbal Hasnan from the Department of Built Environment Studies and Technology, University Technology Mara, Perak Branch. Today, I will be presenting our research title, which is Spatial Design Strategies for Automotive Academic Center Learning Spaces, Case Study of Autotronic Engineering Technology at German Malaysian Institute, GMI. So this research investigates how spatial planning and architectural design can better support the evolving needs of automotive technical education, particularly in the context of autotronic engineering training environments. Okay, next we go to the background of the study. Okay, so the global automotive industry is currently experiencing a major transformation. Traditional internal combustion engine or ICE vehicles are gradually being replaced by technologies such as electric vehicles, autonomous driving systems, and digitally connected mobility platforms. Okay, this transformation is commonly referred to as autotronics, which integrates mechanical systems with electronic sensors, software, and intelligent control system as shown in the image below. Okay, so as vehicles become more technologically advanced, automotive professionals are no longer limited to mechanical repair tasks. Instead, they must possess multidisciplinary knowledge across electronics, programming, digital diagnostics, and high voltage systems. This shift has major implications for technical and vocational education and training institutions, or as known as TVET, where learning environments must evolve to support these new technological demands. Okay, so the research problem that we've encountered is, however, despite rapid advancements in automotive technology, many automotive training workshops still follow traditional garage-style layouts. These workshops were originally designed for conventional mechanical repair rather than high-precision electronic diagnostics or software-based troubleshooting. As a result, several issues arise within these learning environments. Okay, so the first one is there is often a lack of spatial integration between theoretical classrooms and practical workshop areas. Secondly, the traditional layouts frequently limit collaborative learning and problem-based learning approaches. Third one, environmental factors such as insufficient lighting, poor ventilation, and inadequate circulation space can negatively affect learning efficiency and safety. More importantly, there is currently limited research focusing specifically on spatial design strategies for autotronic academic centers. This gap highlights the need for architectural research that examines how learning spaces can better support the future of automotive education. So for this research, we come up with the research questions and research objectives. So the first research questions is, what are the existing spatial programs and of the autotronic engineering technology facility at the German Malaysian Institute? So the second research question is, what spatial design principles and strategies can be applied to optimize the learning environment for autotronic engineering education? Okay, so to answer the questions, we've come up the objective, which is the research objective number one is to evaluate the spatial program of the Autotronic Engineering Technology facility at German Malaysian Institute, GMI. And research objective number two is to propose spatial design strategies that optimize the learning environment for autotronic engineering education. Okay, so we go to the literature review. The literature review highlights several important design requirements for autotronic learning environments. First, technical infrastructure plays a critical role. Autotronic facilities require advanced equipment such as simulation platforms, electronic diagnostic tools, and specialized testing systems for technologies like advanced driver systems, also known as ADAS. Second, connectivity and data management systems are essential. Modern vehicles rely heavily on digital communication networks, so training facilities must support reliable wireless connectivity and cybersecurity measures. The third one is the spatial layout of the facility must be flexible and collaborative. Autotronic work requires interaction between multiple disciplines, including electronics, computer science, and mechanical engineering. Finally, ergonomics and circulation are one of the important factors. Proper workspace design, safe walkway width, and accessible equipment arrangements help improve both productivity and safety. These design principles collectively contribute to creating effective automotive learning environments. Okay, so we go to the research methodology. Okay, this study adopts a qualitative research approach using a triangulation method. Triangulation involves the use of multiple data sources to ensure more reliable and comprehensive findings. Four main research methods were used. First, a case study analysis was conducted at the German Malaysian Institute in Bangi, which is one of the Malaysia's prominent automotive TVET institutions, as shown in the image on the right side. Okay, the second one is on-site observation, where we will carry out to evaluate spatial characteristics such as circulation patterns, equipment accessibility, lighting conditions, ventilation, and safety practices. Third, a document review was conducted, including analysis of architectural drawings, technical guidelines, and national policy documents such as National Automotive Policy 2020. Finally, secondary user experience data from post-occupancy evaluations and academic studies, or what other researchers says, were analyzed to understand recurring spatial challenges in automotive learning environments. All collected data were then analyzed using thematic analysis, which allow the findings to be categorized into several key spatial themes. Okay. So why do we choose German Malaysian Institute, GMI, as our case study? Okay, the German Malaysian Institute, or GMI, was selected as the case study for this research because of GMI is recognized as a center of excellence in Malaysia's TVET system and operates under the German dual vocational training model. The institute adopts an action-oriented learning approach which emphasizes the integration of theoretical knowledge with hands-on practical training. Ideally, this learning approach requires a spatial environment where students can move seamlessly between classroom, discussions, and workshop experimentation. Therefore, evaluating the spatial configuration of the Autotronic Engineering Technology facility at GMI provides a valuable insight into how automotive academic centers can support this integrated learning model. So, as we can see in the image attached with, this is the room or lab and workshop that's been used by the student of the GMI, especially especially for the students for Autotronics Engineering Technology at GMI. So what are the findings that we found, which is the strengths of the existing facility? Okay, the findings from the thematic analysis reveal several positive spatial characteristics within the existing facility. One of the key strengths is the integrated learning lab layout. Okay, this layout allows theoretical instruction and practical experimentation to occur within the same spatial environment, enabling students to directly apply knowledge gained during classroom briefings. Another strength is the presence of functional zoning within the facility. The layout clearly distinguishes between clean zones, which include computer-based, diagnostic areas, dirty zones, which involve mechanical engine work. So as we can see the image on the right side, the blue one is the theoretical instruction zones, and the yellow one is the practical application zones. Okay, this spatial hierarchy supports to both safety and operational efficiency. In addition, the facility provides adequate general lighting, primarily through high output industrial LED lighting system. These features demonstrate that the existing spatial concept already supports effective theory-practice integration. Okay. So what are the limitations that we found at the existing facility of the GMI? Okay, however, this study also identified several spatial limitations. One major issues involved are the circulation and safety. While international safety standards recommend a minimum walkway width of 1.5 meters minimum, certain areas within the workshop were observed to have circulation width reduced to approximately at least 1 meter. This reduction is primarily caused by the accumulation of equipment such as engine stands, diagnostic trolleys, and student project components. Another issue relates to technical infrastructure. Although natural ventilation is present, the facility lacks of dedicated local exhaust ventilation system (LEV), which is important for removing emissions during engine testing activities. Additionally, the flooring does not include electrostatic discharge coating, which is recommended for environments dealing with sensitive electronic components. Finally, lighting conditions for precision work were found to be insufficient. Students were occasionally observed using mobile phone flashlight due to the absence of the adjustable task lighting at diagnostic workstations. So, these findings highlight several spatial gaps that require improvement. Okay, so this is the proposed spatial design strategies. Okay, based on these findings, the research proposed several spatial design strategies. So we go to the first one is the functional zoning strategies. Strategies should maintain visual connectivity between theoretical learning areas and practical workshop spaces to strengthen experiential learning. Second, circulation and safety improvements should ensure that primary walkways maintain a minimum width of 1.5 meters, while machinery and equipment should maintain at least 1 meter buffer zones 1 meter buffer zones from main circulation path. Third, improvements in technical infrastructure should include the installation of local exhaust ventilation system (LEV) and the use of electrostatic safe flooring materials such as electrostatic discharge coating. Okay, so finally, visual comfort enhancements should incorporate layered lighting strategies, including both ambient lighting and adjustable task lighting to support detailed electronic diagnostics. So these spatial strategies aim to transform conventional workshops into high-performance learning laboratories. So in conclusion, this research demonstrates that spatial design plays a critical role in supporting effective autotronic engineering education. Okay, so the findings show that while the existing integrated learning layout at GMI successfully supports theory practice integration, several spatial improvements are necessary to enhance safety, operational efficiency, and learning quality. These include improvements in circulation space, lighting conditions, ventilation systems, and technical infrastructure. By implementing the proposed spatial design strategies, automotive academic centers can better align their learning environments with the evolving technological demands of the automotive industry. For future research, further studies are recommended to examine the long-term impact of spatial design interventions on student learning outcomes and competency development. Additionally, future automotive learning environments may benefit from the integration of virtual reality (VR) and augmented reality technologies (AR), which can support digital vehicle diagnostics and immersive technological training. Such innovations could significantly enhance the effectiveness of automotive education in the era of intelligent mobility. That's all from me. Thank you for your attention. We would like to acknowledge the support provided by University Technology Mara, UiTM, and the UiTM Institute of Postgraduate Studies, as well as the organizing committee of KLICEET 2026. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.